Why the world is waiting for Betelgeuse to go supernova. Hey, what's up with Betelgeuse? Or Betelgeuse, a ticking time bomb. Betelgeuse looks fainter than usual. Could it mean it's going to explode? It's always interesting when the media tries to say different things while saying the exact same thing. All right, we're talking about this main sequence, which is when stars grow up and then explode. And we're talking about Orion's right-hand man, well, technically his shoulder, Betelgeuse, because it has been dimming. And this is part of the Save THORnews for 2020 fundraiser, where I got $473 to go in about 42 hours. And so it's time for the rubber to hit the road. And if you would like to support me and see me keep doing this, you can send a contribution to the mail at TLewison 5430 Birdwood Road, number 416, Houston, Texas 77096. I got a PayPal, a Venmo, a Cash App, and a Patron. All contributions and donations are greatly appreciated and keep me doing what I do. Now, let's get to the questionable science. We're going over to the MIT Technology Review to check this out. And we're talking about Betelgeuse, which was a fantastic movie in the 80s. I think it was the late 80s. Space and astronomy. A star called Betelgeuse might be ready to explode into a giant supernova. The star has been dimming rapidly in the last few weeks, and scientists are keen to know why. Ariana blocked me on her secret account, and so my heart dimmed a little. I'm being honest with you. Betelgeuse is one of the brightest stars in the night sky, but it's fainter than it's been in nearly a century, dimming by a factor of 2 since just October. Its aggressive dimming is a familiar pattern for stars that enter their last phase of life before they explode into a supernova. Leading many scientists to believe Betelgeuse is about to go supernova as well. Read the whole story. Dude, what made you think that I just wanted to read part of the story? The internet is crazy. Betelgeuse, a red giant between 8 and 9 million years old, has now fallen from its perch as the ninth brightest star in the night sky, all the way down to number 23. And yeah, whether you're a human star or a stellar star, I imagine it's got to hurt to go from the top to tumbling on down the ladder. Stars regularly brighten and then dim, but accelerated dimming doesn't let up, is usually a sign a star is cooling down and expanding just before it explodes. At just 650 light years away, it's now the nearest candidate for a supernova. My question is, A, what if a giant cloud of dust is passing between that area, or just like one giant planet let out all of its trash into the atmosphere and that is floating on by? Because imagine if you have a friend at point A and you're at point B and you have 650 light years between you, then that's a lot of space for junk to pass on through, right? And since we can only see Betelgeuse as a pinprick of light, then yeah, there are a lot of things it could be other than just supernova. Although I would hate to see it go supernova because Orion would have a harder time shooting a bow without a right shoulder. Betelgeuse is a red giant. It is bigger than the orbits of Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, and Jupiter. So it's a pretty massive, ginormous stellar object. But I still believe we don't understand a lot about stars and understand a lot about planets and understand a lot about brown giants, you know? And so here's what's great. Notice how this is a photograph from the Hubble telescope in 1996, talking about how Venus, the atmosphere of Venus. So you can look at 1996, right? So in 1996, they were like, hey, we can see the atmosphere on Venus with our 1995 telescope. And so that was cool, right? And then they just decided not to really put up another telescope ever again. Now, you can say the James Webb Space Telescope, but that thing was supposed to launch in 2006 and is now scheduled to launch in 2022. And why not? Why did they try to reinvent the wheel, which allowed them to put off putting up a new telescope for 25 years as opposed to it just improving the model? And even if you have the James Webb Space Telescope and it's taken 25 years to put up into space, why not put up some other telescopes in the meantime that aren't as complicated? Yeah, wouldn't it be cool to have 25 years of improvements on a telescope to take a look at these stars and get a better idea instead of having to take semi-educated guesses? While the star probably has another 100,000 years of life ahead of it, its dimming presents a new opportunity for science to study the life cycle of stars that are on their last legs. Yeah, that'd be cool. Legs are good to have. Scientists have been able to study only a couple of stars before they went supernova, and none at such close range. I've been a big proponent for putting up new telescopes, but they're like, no. All we need to do is take pictures of Martian dirt. Knowing more about what Betelgeuse looked like and how it behaved before the supernova would help us characterize red supergiants across the galaxy. And I read that sentence crappy. Knowing more about what Betelgeuse looked like and how it behaved before the supernova would help us better characterize red supergiants across the galaxy, and perhaps might help us predict when one might explode. Yeah, okay, buddy. Yeah, I don't know, just because it's dimming, I think maybe stars have personalities, and maybe he's just sad. Or maybe it is going through a great grand solar minimum. Who knows? But it would sure help to have modern telescopes to figure it out, says Emily Levesque, an astronomer at the University of Washington. You could trust anything comes out of Washington, who studies this and other red supergiant stars. Betelgeuse's close proximity to Earth means it's perfect to peer at with smaller instruments, like the saxophone. But the new observations mean some groups are now bringing out more powerful telescopes for follow-up observations. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. And then they're going to tell us, like, even if it did explode, it would take light 650 years to reach us. I don't think they have light fully figured out, but I guess they fake it till you make it. The European Southern Observatory just used its flagship Very Large Telescope observatory in northern Chile to measure the diameter of the star and look more closely at its surface. You can insert your own star joke here. The Hubble Space Telescope will also take a closer look at Betelgeuse in a few weeks. It's the same telescope it was in 1995. Are the pictures really going to be that much improved? And other instruments, large and small, professional and amateur, that's what she said, will continue to make estimates of the star's luminosity, the amount of light emitted from the surface temperature, and size. Because they can tell you everything you've ever wanted to know about a faraway planet or star just by taking it with a telescope. It's called spectroscopy. And by taking a picture of a hot dog, they can spectroscopy it and tell you exactly what's in that hot dog. The hot dog may be dimming. It is being caused by something else. Oh, hey, there you go. For example, the star may be shedding dust that's obscuring the light. Or maybe it's like a super black hole passing in front of it. Or just a minorly black hole. Or, making it appear to give off less light. But we'll only know for sure once we have more data. Edward Guininen, an astronomer at Villanova University who led the first report of dimming last month, says, "We've already learned that Betelgeuse's luminosity has dropped about 20% since October. The star has noticeably expanded and has cooled by about 100 degrees Celsius. So it's gotten a whole lot cooler while getting dimmer. Well, they say ignorance is bliss, but they don't say dimness is bliss. The results could be coming out pretty fast. This is what he said to her, says Giovanni. He and a colleague, amateur astronomer Rick Wasatonic, have been studying Betelgeuse for 25 years and were about to end their observations this year until the dimming began. I guess a watched pot doesn't boil, but it does get dimmer. Like my jokes. I guess it looks like we'll keep at it for longer. That's what she said. All right, this is brought to us by MIT. It is a fantastic article. If you'd like me to continue to bring me my fantastic science in the THORnews kind of a way, and I hope that I can get back to editing, my haters can calm the F down. We got $473 to go with about 42, 45 hours left. PayPal, Venmo, CashApp. The mail's always the safest way. Patron. God bless everyone. I really appreciate it. Even if I don't make it into 2020, I just want you to know that I love everybody. It's been a wild ride. And man, what a crazy world we live in. You never know what to believe. Except the fact that beautiful stars are beautiful. Okay. God bless everyone. Peace out. Oh, yeah, and my contribution information will be in the information box. Stay cool.